Hi everybody, this is Toleron20 from the future of editing this video. I will say the stream itself was a lot of fun, and I had a great time with many people coming in and out. I enjoyed all of you thoroughly coming in and just spending time with me. But regrettably, as it turns out, there was a few interruptions in the stream itself. So about 9 times during the 4 hours and 20 minutes of stream, there was a few 30-40 second hiccups where there was some interruptions to the stream. So I've put all the separated videos streamed together into one sectioned video. It's a long one, and I wanted to note the times, and I will do so here at this point in the video, but those should only last for about like 3 seconds. That will be a little bit jarring, but I have a feeling you all will be able to manage it. I am very new to all of this streaming and video recording and video editing stuff, so I appreciate all of your patience and thank you for staying a while and listening. Enjoy the video. It's looking good. Alrighty. There we go. Gather round, one and all. Welcome to the stream. I am Toleron20. I will be your storyteller today. And we're going to start off with just a little bit of chat. I have been given a game called Rogue Trader for Warhammer 40k, and that was given to me as a gift for the holiday. It's very much appreciated. You know who. I have been trying to keep myself in the dark about this game as much as possible because I wasn't sure if I would be able to get it or anything. But since it was gifted to me, I did a little bit more research without spoilers or anything. It is based a lot off of the tabletop RPG of Rogue Trader, which I played Death Watch and DM'd that for a number of years. And that was a lot of fun, and it's a very simple and easy system to get used to. So I'm very excited to see how this turns out. I did play about like 15-20 minutes of gameplay yesterday and found a few things that I'm excited to actually interact with and do. So other than like the 10 minutes that I played, I'm going into this almost completely blind. So I'm very excited to see how this goes. I can't wait to share with you all. Right? So let's see. This is going. Does this work? Let's see. There we go. That'll work for now. So, this is Rogue Trader. It is based a lot of the way like the Pathfinder Kingmaker game was, based on Pathfinder the game. Owlcat has used a lot of the same principles as the Warhammer 40k role-playing. So I'm very excited to see how this goes. Alrighty. Main story. Take up the mantle of a rogue trader, the scion of an ancient dynasty of daring privateers that reign over the trade protectorate and explore the fringes of the known galaxy. Darkness looms over the bloodline of Valancius as it faces multiple threats from within its own ranks and without, as countless enemies seek to destroy the most daring and brave agents of humanity. It is up to you to hold the reins of this shattered protectorate and forge a new path of the Von Valencius dynasty. currently finding itself in a vortex of wars, intrigues, calamities, and heresy. The stakes are high and rise even higher as you cross paths with terrifyingly powerful and ambitious adversaries in the darkness of the Coronis expanse. So, knowing about the actual game it's hilarious to hear the Coronis expanse. Well, hilarious. It's cool to hear the Coronis expanse because that is the actual setting for the Rogue Trader Warhammer 40k that is given to you. So I'm very excited to see how this goes. Nothing else? Yeah, that's it. All right, then we will continue on. Now, normal story. Daring, hard, unfair. So I'm brand new to this. I'm not one of those hardcore guys that will go in and just want to be absolutely demolished every time. For those of you that like Souls games, good on you. It's just I don't like having to die over and over. So I'm very excited to see how this all goes. Let's see. We'll start with normal enemy hitch dodge modifier. All this seems good. Wonderful. Sounds good to me. Alright, so I will admit I did do something for this because I knew about the portraits and such in this game. So I'm very excited to show you an AI portrait that I have done. There we go. Yeah, look at that. So that will be my portrait for this character. It's not going to show up until I do some changes. There we go. See, now it's up there. So now we can zoom in. Let's see. I'm pale as anything else, so. And we will go. This way. Yeah, that looks good. Body. Yeah, let's stay true to form. I am not the healthiest of weights, so that's fine. So, hair. Let us see. What is the scraggliest I can get? I like all of these options so far. Go with that. Get my red hair in there, yes. Go with... and eyebrows. If you haven't noticed, all of you, eyebrows are naturally blonde. So that's the fun part for me. Growing up. Let's see. That's about as blonde. Yet I might change the face up. Now that I'm looking closer at it, I'm not sure if I really like it. But let's definitely get the beard as well. Let's go with big scraggly. There we go, that works. And signature red again. Yeah, let's change that face a little. There we go. Do I like that? Let's see. There we go. They're a better hairstyle than I would. That works. There we go. Tattoos. And just give me a tattoo of Imperial Kila, which is the sign of Imperium of Man. I want to have tattoo. arm. Let's see. Alright, like that. And we'll give my other arm. Give that arm to that. This arm. Tattoos are fine. Alright, augmentations. Now, if you're in the 41st millennium, you are more than likely going to be heavily augmented. So, let's see what we got here and see my choices. Now, that's like a service stud on the side of his scalp, usually denoting a century of service. Sure, that one. Hold on. There's a good one. I wish there was more like ocular looking ones. Oh well. Liking what I got so far. Can I change any other thing? Nah, I'm just covered in scars. That's fine. Yeah, let's see. Scar. Oh, here we go. Scars. Here we go. Let's go with that.
For the glory of the dynasty!
Dynasty! Interesting.
You didn't stand a chance!
Okay.
Fit for the Fon Phalanceus annals.
I like that. Let's see.
Stay faithful, and you will be rewarded.
If I'm ecclesiarchy, I guess I would be doing that.
Their demise.
I don't need luck. I have strategy.
Empyrean, take this sacrifice.
Watch this spectacle unfold!
Dang. Okay. I still.
New challenge for me.
I like the bull. Makes me happy. Alright, so this is what I saw yesterday that makes me incredibly happy when it comes to your character. You're not only changing all of your appearance and everything, you get your origin, your home world, all of that. It comes with various features that will obviously help you out in the rest of the game. For example, Death Worlds. On Death Worlds, the plants, beasts, and sometimes even the environment itself take aggressive and destructive forms inimical to human life. While it's exceptionally difficult to colonize, many Death Worlds possess valuable resources that require an outpost or other human presence upon the planet's surface to harvest. These harsh environments result in some of the hardiest and most resilient populations in the game. Those tested and found wanting die young. This would be equivalent in Imperial Guard for the Warhammer 40k, for the Catachan Jungle Fighters, or Catacan Jungle Fighters. Basically a whole world of Rambos on a jungle world that has poisonous, monstrous everything in it. So, with that, you get Survival Instinct once per combat. When wounds of a Death World character drop below 30%, they gain 20% of their maximum wounds as temporary. So temporary health. Death World characters also gain a 20% bonus to dodge and armor while they have at least one temporary wound source. That's pretty good. We got Strength is +5 immediately if you're on a Death World. Obviously it goes into the skills of like attacking and melee and being able to lift. Agility is obviously upped. Fellowship represents the character's ability to interact with other creatures and such. So it lowers that, and you notice that like 5, that's a lot and everything. The game works on a D100 system, so it's out of 100. And being a normal human of the 41st millennium, most of our stats aren't going to go above 30. So it's fine to start off that way. But continuing on to the talents, Brutal Hunter, Deathworld characters gain 15% of critical hit chance against targets with the bleeding effect, or with 50% or less of their max. Good beast. Every injury increases a Deathworld character's agility and willpower by 5. Every trauma counts as 3 injury. Tenacity. Once per combat, when a Deathworld character suffers the stun, blinded, or immobilized effect, this effect is ignored, and they instead gain 20% of their maximum wounds as temporary. So this guy just sounds like a barbarian, basically. Just keeps on going. Deathworld characters gain 10% to a critical hit chance for axes, hammers, and lance weapons. And Lifetime of Scars. Deathworld characters suffer minus TGH bonus, less damage from fire, toxic damage. Let's see what TGH bonus is. Toughness. Yeah, it defines how easily a character can shrug off injuries. Yeah, that's not bad. Then we have Voidborn. Voidborns are humans birthed in the belly of a void vessel or aboard an ancient orbital satellite. Those who have lived their lives on void ships become inured, to some extent due to the reality-altering process of warp travel and to living in low or zero-gravity environments. In many cases, their features are drawn and their skin pallid. They may even have minor deformities or strangeness to their speech, gait, or general appearance that sets them apart from others. Fortune. A Voidborn character can reroll any failed attack, dodge, parry characteristic, or skill test with a 20% chance of success. This chance cannot be greater than the base success chance for the roll. Additionally, any dodge or parry against a Voidborn character has a 20% chance to fail after a successful roll. More willpower, less strength, more intelligence. We also get Bloody Mess. Anytime a Voidborn character scores a critical hit, there's a 10% chance to double the damage. That's not bad. Contagious Luck. Using a non-damaging ability on an ally grants that ally the ability to reroll any failed attack, dodge, parry characteristic, or skill test with a 20% chance of interesting. Jinx. While a Voidborn character has more than 50% wounds, all chances of all creatures, including enemies in a 3-cell radius, are increased by 10%. Be smart. Anytime an ability or talent uses the Fellowship bonus, a Voidborn character can instead use the Intelligence bonus if it is interesting. Hiveworld. Hiveworld's population is so dense that great swaths of the surface of the world are frequently covered in gargantuan cities bejeweled with towering spires that pierce the atmosphere. Hiveworlds are vital to the welfare of the Imperium and are beating heart of its economy and war machine. They produce munitions for the Emperor's armies in vast manufactories, mine valuable minerals, and refine fuel for the Imperium. Innumerable regiments of Astra Militarum are raised from their massive populations. Astra Militarum is just another word for Imperial Guard. Strength in numbers. Hiveworld characters gain +1 Fellowship bonus, divided by 2, resolve if there are 3 or more creatures, allies, or enemies in a 3-cell radius. Sorry about that, everybody. It seems that we had a little bit of a hiccup in live, so I apologize for that. But it seems we're back up now, so hoping to get this continued on with no further developments. And press start. Fortress worlds are planets when the entire populace is immersed in warfare. They constantly train for the day that they may be called upon to defend the Imperium, a charge they solemnly. Fortress worlds are established as bulwarks against the enemy, And are you sitting as a soldier trained to fight from the one they can't handle? Never stop shooting. Each time a Fortress World character kills an enemy, they gain plus 10 stacks of never stop shooting. At the start of their turn, there's a stacks of never stop shooting % chance that the first attack this round will cost 0 action points. Not bad. Hail of Steel. Each round a Fortress World character gains stacking plus 1 bonus. There's also the Forge World, which are mostly Mechanicum worlds, and Imperial worlds are just one of the many millions of planets that are united in the Imperium. So, ready to serve, better to die for the Emperor, doing my part, heresy. Not bad, stronger together. I'm liking this for what I'm hoping to. So. Go ahead and give me plus 10 to fellowship. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Okay. So. Got all these different career choices. So let's see. The Astra Militarum, commonly known as the Imperial Guard, is the primary fighting force of the Imperium and the first line of defense from the myriad threats that endanger the existence of humanity in the 41st millennium. You have served as one of the commanders of the Astra Militarum Regiment, commanding thousands of winning battles in the name of the God Emperor. Regimental tactic. Astra Militarum commander and all their allies deal a plus 20 plus 2 times perception bonus damage to enemies that are adjacent to the commander and their allies until the end of the next turn. All of the commander's allies also suffer no damage from allies' attacks until the end of the commander's turn. It can only be used once per combat. Not bad. So let's see. Just checking the stream, making sure I haven't fallen off the map again. Plus 5 to ballistic skill, plus 5 perception, athletics is good, Medicaid is plus 5, we'll also get more, perception, Medicaid, not bad. Suppression fire. While the Astra Militarum commander is under the regimental tactics effects, their single target melee ranged attacks, and area attacks gain plus 20 to dodge reduction, parry reduction, and cover penetration against enemies adjacent to them. So this sounds pretty good for like a leadership role. While the Astra Militarum is under the regimental tactics effect, all their allies gain plus 5 to the rate of fire of every attack they have made since the start of this effect. Very cool. We also have the Commissar, which is of the Officio Praefectus, also known as the Imperial Commissars, are ruthless officers charged with maintaining morale, discipline, and fighting spirit of their Astra Militarum regiment. You used to be one of these faithful servants of the God Emperor, a living symbol of Imperial authority, regarded with a mix of fear and awe by their subordinates. A very common line said by commissars to their regiments: those who will not serve in battle serve on the firing. Terrifying kind of people. There is no retreat because I will kill you if you try. So, not bad. I like a lot of the bonuses for fellowship and everything. I might go with this, but I also want to. Most of these are supposed to be like pretty good. Navy officer is the one I tested the other day, which is supposed to be very good. Which, I mean, Navy officer is the Imperial Navy is responsible for fleets of voyage ships and assert the dominance of the Imperium in their stars and fulfill other duties connected to the void and war travel. He used to be a Navy officer and a commander of a voyage ship, hardened to numerous battles and famous for his enemies. Do not falter, scatter, get off me, get into cover, perfect timing. All these are really good. And brace for impact is supposed to be very good. They also cannot be forcefully moved or overpenetrated. Yeah, that's pretty damn good. Ooh, it's hard to choose between all of these. There's all so... So, what I'm thinking is probably going to go with... Yeah, let's go with the Astra Militarum Commander. So then you have your triumphs, the thing that you're well known for, your major victories. The apex of brilliance. Through reforms and leadership, you restored a broken Imperial Guard regiment to its formal martial, gaining me Lore Imperium +5. So that's one of my skills. Illustrious Glory. You and your guardsmen defended a shrine world and received a high commendation for your feat, which is +5 to athletic skill under strength. Feat of Greatness. Utilize your talents as a commander to achieve great victory over the ruinous powers. Persuasion +5. Not bad. All these are very good. I'm going to go with Feat of Greatness. Alright, now this is where there's detriments to you, your character's darkest hours. You have Grim Portents. You lost an entire regiment to the Immaterium during a Geller field failure, yet you yourself emerged unscathed. A Geller field is the field of energy that shields a ship as it passes through the warp, which is the faster than light travel of Warhammer 40k. But passing through the warp is one of the most dangerous things in the universe, because you're not just passing from getting to one point to one point, you're taking a shortcut through a dimension that is literally hell for all sense and purposes. So the Geller shield keeps all the monsters and spirits and demons in the warp outside of your ship. If that fails, they can just easily get into the ship through its hole and just start killing everybody. As the commander-in-chief of a disastrous military campaign, you were buried in shame, meaning coercion is -5. So, hard to deal with that. I'm not sure if I want. And then Shadow of Torment. Captured by heretics, you suffered unbearable torture at the hands of humanity's enemy. All these are not great, but I don't know. I wonder what changes if I go with, Commissar. You played a key role in exposing conspiracy among your superior officers in the Therum. Your name has become a synonym for loyalty and valor, and your visage has adorned many Imperial Guard propaganda posters. Feat of Greatness. You were directed a heroic attack on an Imperial Guard regiment that reached the gates of was held by heretics. In the darkest hours of those, the souls of all who perish in a brutal offensive still haunt your nightmares and torture your soul. Harsh. Falsely accused of cowardice, you were forced to suffer through a humiliating tribunal. Not great. Commissars. And then Shadow of Torment. You were attacked by a group of renegade guardsmen during a mutiny and were beaten half to death. Ouch. Okay, so... And the Navy officer. You lured a pirate squadron into the gravitational tear of a star, thereby destroying the whole fleet through your cunning alone. Your ship became the first to take a now reclaimed warp route to a cluster of human lost worlds. Bad. Feat of Greatness. Under your command, a void ship braved a terrible warp storm without a single casualty among the crew. That is very impressive, because warp storms make travel through the warp incredibly difficult on top of all the other dangers. It makes Geller fields very hard to sustain themselves. So this is pretty good. I like that, but I want to stick with... Let's go with Commissar. I like the Commissar. I will do... Illustrious Glory, and Shadow of Torment was when I was beaten half to death. Okay. But now, I'm choosing my archetype, which there is Warrior, Officer, Operative, and Soldier. So I think I'm going to go with Officer, and then as it evolves on, it will change into either Vanguard, Master Tactician, or Grand Strategist. Then the Exemplar. Officers use their willpower and fellowship to improve the combat capabilities of their allies, turning them into even greater threats on the battlefield. Or focus extra turns, single target buffs, rescuing allies, momentum. Yeah, that sounds better. And then their Vanguard. Oh, I can't even see these yet. Ah, I see. Unstoppable Warrior or Officer. An unstoppable force on the front line and beacon for their allies. Not bad. So let's go archetypes again. Master Tactician. Always in the thick of battle, using their leadership and combat prowess, Master Tacticians are able to harness the momentum of their party to enhance the combat effectiveness of their enemies. So, alright, I know I keep changing around, but I've got to stick with the Astra Militarum. I will go with that, and we'll do that. Shadow of Torment. Go back to the archetypes. We'll start with Officer. That is what I'm going to start with. Alright, now, let's see what I got so far. So far, my skills are looking pretty good in all manner, and the point by is by 5 points each. So this works incredibly well into the tabletop RPG. So I'm very excited to see this. Let's go ahead and up the ballistic skill to 40. Up my weapon skill. That my fellowship is going to start with. You know what? Let's make it 50. I really want to have up my potentials here. So this works well for me. You'll notice that, like, my athletics is 35, awareness 35, carouse, coercion, commerce, demolition logic, all this is fine by me. So I'm very happy with the way this character turned out. I'm going to be more of a support, fire from the back kind of guy. And the sword class free. So, I've been thought about before playing this what I really wanted to do, and I have chosen to go with the Red Hymn of Fury. Go ahead and change that 1H. This is my ship, the sword class free. Now I want you guys to get a little bit more info on this thing. This isn't just like a ship that's like just for me and or a few other people. This ship is 1.6 kilometers in length, 0.3 kilometers in beam at the fins in approximation. Estimated tonnage is 6 megatons, and estimated number of souls 26,000 people fit onto this ship. The Von Valancius flagship is the mightiest void ship belonging to the Von Valancius dynasty, or dynasty. Every system aboard this frigate has been tried and tested in innumerable engagements. Its weapons and turrets deliver hard-hitting volleys with pinpoint accuracy. Its plasma drives are rugged yet reliable in extreme conditions. The flagship's size and maneuverability are perfect for pursuing smaller, faster raiders and for hunting the countless pirates, Xenos, and heretics in the Coronis expanse. Numerous Von Valancius rogue traders have acknowledged the exceptional performance of this vessel, and with a few minor updates, the flagship has continued to faithfully serve the Von Valancius dynasty. We'll edit my name. And I was thinking about it for a little while. There's several names I have chosen for characters and such, but this is going to be unique, so I will be going by Edmant. Now this is me, and I'm very excited to see how this all plays out. I'm going to take a quick 2-3 minute break. I will be right back. This. Alright, be right back, my friend. Unfortunately, this is the only way for us to see this, right? Capture is not working or looking directly at the game, so it is what it is. But I'm here now. I'm ready for you guys. We got Edmant. Good enough spread of skills and everything. Medicae is his only lowest, but it's not terrible. Intelligence is fine. Everything looks good. I am the rogue trader. We're on the upper decks. Alrighty. Check the stream. Wonderful. Oh. Press any key, here we go. Okay. Very excited to see how that's all turned out. Servo skulls. Yes, actual skulls with some computer augmentation put into them. Ah, there I am.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
Alright, there are several choices for dialogue for me, and if you notice that I can hover over certain things, the Emperor of Mankind, the guide, the ruler, and the higher power to which humanity offers their prayers for aid and deliverance. Most would be driven mad with despair if they knew the truth. So, I have several choices here. I can go truly an awe-inspiring sight. Frankly, such excess can be tiresome at times. All this ostentatious luxury, this laughable pretense, is enough to make one think that the architect is meant to compensate rather than glorify. And the next one is, have we met? And the last one, do you have a particular reason for this? Now, I'm not going to be like so gauche as to just derail a guy that's like just comes to speak with me. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to truly an awe-inspiring sight.
That is the purpose of all temples to the God Emperor, to inspire awe and reverence. For it is the duty of his servants to persevere in their tireless service until they are presented with a chance to give their very life for the master of humanity. Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
Like, bows his head and focuses his attention on you. Now, for those of you that want to know, Rogue Trader's a subject of the Imperium with the unique hereditary title. A rogue trader is tasked with exploring and exploiting the still uncharted regions of the galaxy for the benefit of mankind. In the darkness of the far future of Warhammer 40k, there is no hope. Hope is but a dying pipe dream at this point. So, at this rate, I see we've got another viewer. Hello! Nice to see ya. Welcome to the stream. Rogue traders are the only true people that have what we could truly call freedom in Imperium. We'll see how that is at this point, but I can say my name is Edmant. I can say Lieutenant General Edmant Scipio Grimald, commander of the 8th Army of the Scanthian Janissaries. Or I have no intention of introducing myself. No. Let's go with long-winded title.
My regards, Lieutenant General. The Astra Militarum is the hammer of the God Emperor, isn't that what they say? Well, it is likely that fate will give you ample opportunity to demonstrate your talents as a commander.
Alright. Hey, people in the stream, can you hear everything alright? The voice acting, the music, and all of that? Just let me know. According to my capture, it should be just fine.
You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this voyage ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with her ladyship. Bear it with honor.
Lord Captain, a strange title for the Lady Theodora. Ooh, there's lots of choices. Why am I aboard this vessel? Why have I been brought here? You have a curious title, Master of Whispers. What are your responsibilities? Tell me about one of the one on whose ship I have found myself. You say I'm a rogue trader's heir, so there's another candidate? I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let us address it. You have a curious title.
To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencias. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
Alright, so he's Spy Master. Alright. Let's see. So there's another candidate.
There is. And you will meet him soon enough.
Alright. Why am I aboard this vessel? Why have I been brought here?
So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the rogue trader, indeed blessed by the God Emperor.
Interesting.
I see that you are shocked. Yes, you understood correctly. Lady Theodora's authority indeed supersedes that of those whom you obeyed before. The Lord Captain's power is so great that she is capable of performing unthinkable feats, such as changing the fate of a servant of the Imperium. Your fate.
Interesting. Tell me about the one whose ship I have found myself.
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back. Especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention.
Just checking.
Suffice it to say that her ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade, and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities.
Good, good. I won't be presumptuous or disrespectful. Warrant of Trade is a sacred relic document that affirms the preeminent rights of a rogue trader throughout the galaxy. AKA, this is my writ that says I am allowed to do scouting and commerce and trade and exploring for the Emperor. That's not a strange title, so I assume you had some gold in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let us address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far.
Okay.
The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrat von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Interesting. Rogue Trader Fon desires to personally meet with you in person, brought to you aboard the flagship. Okay. I know how that
It's about time.
Yeah, there we go. Edit zoom itself over. I can zoom back. Cool. Yep, I know about this. I learned a little bit about it yesterday. I can hold tab to interact with things and check on them. From real wood.
Victory awaits.
Good lord. Alright, anything? Ooh, I can see. That's really cool. Candle let alter with a copy of 2348th volume of the Lex Imperialis, the Codex of the Sacred Laws of the Good Lord. Alright, well. Saving. Do I need to knock? No, just open the door. Got it. I do like how there's like a little bit
One
of a
of
hidden
the
overlay.
von Valencius trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
Oh, so big trophy room.
What's happening?
Oh boy.
Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
Don't just sit there and cower, move back!
Death will find you soon enough.
Alright. Battle begins. To survive in the grim darkness of the far future, you will have to face enemies of all kinds and fight for your life. Yep. Alright. So this is where I'm at. This is my buddy. Alright. Here we go. Start the battle. Don't just stand there. Ugh. Good lord. Alright, I can move. Aim. Movement points are hard fire, I can move. Okay, so it's not the same as action. That's good. I'll move here. Yep. Action points. Complete. So I have 4 action points to start off. So let's go ahead and regimental tactics.
Not a problem for me.
Let's go ahead.
Let's
Just
see how they respond to this.
Yep. Voice of command forces an ally to push themselves, increasing their characteristics.
Suits my purposes.
Voice of command, and with my last thing, what do I have? A stub revolver. Good lord. This is literally just like a lead pistol, basically, but in this day and age, it's not the best weapon to have, so why the hell am I just holding a lead revolver? I mean, a stub pistol? I have no idea. So, go ahead and fire upon him. can't do much else, so I will end my turn. There you go, see? Just needed my command to help. Of course. Good to know.
Already done.
But didn't need to worry too much about it. That was it. I could scarcely believe it on the
Suspiciously
daily.
poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered
Just
here.
turned down the light here.
I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Well, interesting. Spread out. No one is allowed to enter the premises. Stations.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Curt bow. Well, lots of dead. Wires in the servitor's head are still smoldering. It would seem the cause of this malfunction was a short-circuiting of the motive force. Interesting. I wonder if I can change to see keeping these up. Tarantula sentry gun constructed with the blessing of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Hold on, I'm going to check if I can. Options when it comes to display. This is fine. Game. Tooltips delay is fine. Is there a way? Oh well. Hoping to find a way for. Let's go with. Let's see if that changes something. Let's see if that changes that. Standard template construct in the manufactoriums of Kiev. No, oh well.
I'll lay
look
claim
back
to
at
the
it
stars.
later. This is obviously a Lehman Russ battle tank. Yep. First to breach the capital walls during the pacification of Fortes Chikon. Interesting. Let's check this. Violet ally, which upon closer examination turns out to be a handcrafted object. Black shard resembling obsidian. If you look closer, you can discern a strange, barely perceptible glow inside the artifact. Sad Empire. Yeah. It's a very bleak and terrible time.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Yeah, coming from my guy, right? Alright, let's see. Lots to look around. Also, for you, all of you wondering, like, are you in a building or something? No, this is entirely on a ship.
New challenge for me?
I heard the Seneschal gave the senior officers another public dressing down recently. I don't know what it is for this time, but where Zarian would latch onto a slip-up as an excuse to give someone an earful.
It's about time.
Ah, here we go. Ah! Ah, well, doesn't seem there's voice acting right now. It seems this guy is talking. Edelthrad, they're simply irrational, Lady Theodora, says the man dressed in peculiar garb, his voice tight with tension. His face, half of which is covered by sin skin, is twisted in a grimace of displeasure and disbelief. Assimilation into the trade structure would be a political and economic suicide, practically an admission of heresy. Oh, hold on. Long Hand and the removal of Chaos Gods could not be entrusted to Xenos God, so it had to be this way with humanity. Yep, very much so. Theodora, which is the Lord Captain, the rogue trader herself. The tall, gray-haired woman pins him with her gaze, her cybernetic eyes flashing crimson, then suggests an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation no worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad? Trust in the Emperor. Yes, trust in the Emperor. I will survey the room. First impression of Edelthrad, who appears to be about 30 years old, is of a parchment-like skin stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants, and bone. The nervously twitching fingers, the face twisted by a slight tic, and the jerky movements are all signs of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical. Yeah, exactly. If the Emperor could see his Imperium now, he'd be incredibly pissed off. In stark contrast to Edelthrad, Theodora von Valancius's features appears as if they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible. Head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Edelthrad. Behind the two of them, you see two more men. One is a gray-haired officer of impeccable bearing who's studying the contents of his data slate. The other is a behemoth bristling with holsters and baldricks containing all manners of weapons. I'm guessing that's this one. Our second candidate has joined us. The dry female voice and the powerful feeling of being watched force you to look at Theodora. The rogue trader is looking straight at you, and her gaze, like herself, is predatory and oppressive. Edmant, approach and give me your answer. Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6, a new world on the fringes of the Coronis expands. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure? Ooh, and it seems that I have succeeded a few things. So, Lord Xeno succeeded. These spirits could well be the native name for dangerous aliens. I will first verify if that is indeed the case, and if the population of Ion 6 engages in the Xeno worship, a high crime in the Imperium. Lord Warp succeeded. There are ways to confirm whether what is happening on Ion 6 is witchcraft or not. It might cost several psychers to do so, but it will give us the answer. Well, psychers might not be so prevalent. I mean, I don't know how many she has, so let's keep that in mind. I have retained some connections in the Astra Militarum. A few Imperial Guard regiments would take care of the natives, their spirits, and the magma. Solid fortifications never let me down. Interesting. These reports of spirits certainly sound like evidence of heresy. However, I would put my interests first. No matter what means I would have to use, the riches of Ion 6 would be mine. Ion 6 must be purged for the good of the Imperium. I shall exterminate the heretical beliefs and otherworldly powers that rule the native apostates. Or, I do not know? Seems a very human way. I want to go with the Lord Xeno's one and see what she says. Theodora arches an eyebrow. Reasonable and prudent. However, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather wrong and fruitless endeavor. Wise. Edelthrad scoffs. Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you, Edmant, are simply unaware of their existence. I have a few choices here. I gave a straight answer to a simple question, which, as I understand, was still more than you could do, Edelthrad. Immediately putting the man down. We are both servants of the God Emperor and Lady Theodora. Does it become anyone of our status to engage in petty feuds? I find your tone most disagreeable, Edelthrad. You will kindly alter the manner in which you address me, or else you will live to regret the consequences. Or the straightforward, shut your mouth, Ethelred, before I decide to shut it for you. The guy could be so catty. I love it. That is a good one. The color drains from Ethelthrad's face, which distorts his features further. Insolent, ignorant upstart! How dare you! Ethelthrad, Theodora's tone renders him silent. I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me, then, why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview? I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time. Ethelthrad bows ceremoniously and takes his leave without sparing you another. So I'm watching him walk away. Zoom out. Theodora gazes, follows him as he leaves, then she turns to you. So, Edmant, why are you here? There are questions that I wish to have answered. I do not know just yet. I hope you will clarify that. Was it not you who sent for me? I think I'm going to go with number 1. You have coded the opening that was You have seeded the opening that was offered to you. Woeful display of meekness. Admittedly, this tendency is equally strong in all who toil in the Emperor's service. Immutable hierarchy, absolute obedience, lickspitlery, compulsion to please. I value none of these things. From the moment my envoys came for you, the terms of your existence changed. Damn, I should have gone with a different option. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. My rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic, the warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness beyond the Imperium and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign and vote death in us all. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the exploited void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you, Edmant, are one of those with the von Valancius blood in their veins, and a rightful claim to this inheritance from the Hour Count. Oh no, does this mean there are other heirs? No, I'm going to say I'm ready to take on this sacred purpose. Oh yes, you would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump, and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have doubts that you are suitable for the rogue trader. Damn, high priorities from this one. Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful, if not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Theodora sighs and looks away pensively. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Conrad Voigtver served me for many years before he made his mistake. Master of Whippers is... Wait, yeah, Voigtver is related? I might have been set up to fall. His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name von Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voigtver's performance in his current role is satisfactory, or it used to be. Thank you for clarifying. May I ask my questions? Vox. A Vox is a, like, basically a radio or long-range communicator. The Vox affixed to Theodora's attire suddenly comes to life, but all of you can hear is intelligible noises. Theodora winces, shuts off the transmission, and gives you an imperious nod. I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the voyage. For those of you, the police or technology used to communicate over short distances or record sounds. Navigator, I mean, sounds pretty straightforward, but navigators are used because they have a unique mutation of a third eye that allows them to look through the warp to see safest routes and such. So they are mutants that are given excuse to keep existing within. Navigator, translation, what are these things that you speak of? I know what those things are, so I'm not gonna. An incident took place on the officer's deck. Some servitors went berserk and attacked the crew. Where is your ship headed? What are my current responsibilities? Gracious Lord Captain, surely there are ways I can prove myself over. Let's go ahead and incident took place. Let her know. That's so. Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance, or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all. Theodora laughs nonchalantly. Abelard, yeah, I figured. The gray-haired officer gives the rogue trader a look of cautious disapproval. Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff. Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. She turns to me. This ship is thousands of years old. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet. Cogitators are basically computers. Yep. Where is your ship headed? The Rycad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Cronus Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor. I set the course for Rycad on the demand. Theodora grimaces. She gives you a stern look, then shrugs. For a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose of this voyage, but now is not the time. Gracious Lord Captain, surely there are ways I can prove myself a worthy heir. You can start by not asking questions of this sort. I have no need for sycophants. I will draw my conclusions when an opportunity to prove yourself arises. As for when you will be granted that opportunity, only the God Emperor. Right, then what are my current responsibilities? Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you, as I did for Edelthra. Till that time comes, consider yourself my aide. That's high regard. She might not be saying it, but that's high regard. An aide. I have no more questions. In that case, I shall head to Theodora's Vox awakens once more, this time picking up shouting. The Lord Captain freezes, listening to the Vox cast, nods and draws her weapon. Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. She glances at you. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated. Ooh, rebels. Heretics, man. Lots of them, man.
Feel my wrath!
Okay.
I'll bleed you dry.
Battle begins. Alright. Initiative, all combatants act in turns. Yep. Oh boy. So we have a lot of heretics acting first. Then me. Then more heretics. Mort, Abelard, Theodora. I think Theodora is starting. So let's see. Yep. he killed 2 guys in one swipe. Not
Reduced
bad.
to dust.
Damn, Abelard. Alright, so maybe we're not in so much trouble then.
Just a minor setback.
Minor. Alright, cover. Use cover to avoid enemy attacks. Cover that a character can hide behind or marked with a shield. When standing close to them, blah 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 blah. Character will not receive a bonus of attack from a side not protected by them. Alright, so let us look around at the battlefield. This will give me a little shielding.
Not my specialty. I don't have time for this.
Can't do it to her. She supersedes me. Alright, well. Nice shot. Can I shoot again?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Critical hit though. Not bad. Well, it's about as much as I can do at this time. Okay.
Brace yourself, Abelard. I've suffered worse.
You know, for making a good ambush against us, they're not doing the best at truly harming us. Cleaving again, Avalon. He's not worried about that, so maybe I should. Jesus, he has a Melta. Okay, lots to process through. Abelard is really good with the sword, as you can see, cleaving and then striking. That's a lot to do in one round. Then Mort over here just used what is called a Melta, which is like a laser flamethrower. It absolutely decimates metal. So we fire again. I'll take out this heretic brawler. Can I not shoot him?
Suits my purposes.
No, I can't.
Nothing of value has
Okay.
been lost.
That helps Abelard quite a bit.
Not my specialty.
Can't fire. Oh, can. Yeah, I can't move it. I thought shooting wouldn't cost me all my movement, but apparently it did. Very interesting. Alright, well, continuing on, checking on the stream. Everything's looking good. Alright, so then, activity. Killed everybody. Where were you guys? Despicable! Theodora waves her hand in a commanding gesture. Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single Whoreson survive. The rogue trader turns her eyes to you. Didn't bat an eye when the scum burst into the deck. Not bad. I've seen many an officer have panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of war. She looks at the box in your hand. All you can hear is lifeless static. Well, I mean, my character may have done it unpleasantly, but I freaked out. But that's just that. So, what are your orders? She breaks eye contact with you. Mort has gone ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Ark Militant requires aid. Be quick about it. Sounds fair. So, I move on from her. How you guys doing over there? Enjoying yourselves? Hope so. And I've reloaded already, so that's good.
None
I hear-
shall stand in my way.
I hear gunfire. Yep. Perhaps he's up here. I saw Mort come this way. there he is. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Eek. Okay, good. More of Edmant. Conrad Voigt lets out a sigh of relief upon seeing you. Thanks, Providence, you are alive and well. Always on time, eh, Conrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. Could set your chrono by it. Or it has some shit to say to him. Conrad Whitebeard pointedly looks away from the Arc Militant to you. Mort, pull yourself together. The Arc Militant looks back at you. What did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? Wait, what? Did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away. Mort pulls his Vox from the belt and hurriedly reports on the situation. Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Vox Master is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed to the officer's deck, and my Arc Militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report. I have not yet received word from the engineerium. Excuse me, some of this pronunciation will be regarding any Gellerfield failures. The communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. Whitebeard pauses. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny. Fun. Mutiny? But who would attempt a mutiny here, in the warp? A mutiny against the Emperor's anointed. Execute the traitors, every last one of them. We must provide immediate assistance to those still on the middle decks. Perhaps then we might stop this wave from spreading. If this is indeed a severe case of warp madness, then the situation is dire. We must provide immediate assistance to those still on the middle decks. Perhaps then we might stop this wave from spreading. First, we have to confirm that the bridge and navigator's sanctum are secure, and I have the means to do both things at once. Her expression changes as her eyes flash ominously. How you guys doing? Hope you're enjoying the stream. Please follow if you like it. Theodora looks at Whitebeard. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psycho aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons. I tried to locate him. The last thing known about his movement is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18. Blasted! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arc Militant, with me. I must go to my study, and it appears that we might encounter heretics along the way. Edmant glances at you thoughtfully. She's trusting me, so that's good to see. Very good to see. If I may, Lord Captain. Soft and cautious. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the house as the esteemed Arc Militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psychopath. Then it's settled. Edmant, find Edelthrad and bring him here, whatever state you find him. This elevator, she points at the massive doors, leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both, you understand? Lots of good ideas and such here. In whatever state, what does that mean? I hear and obey, Lord King. I shall do everything in my power. I cannot promise that I won't lose our dearest heir somewhere along the way. I shall do everything in my power. hisses and furious. Not everything in your power will do as I say. I'll have your heads if you fail. Is that clear? Then move out. Port, come. Very commanding presence. Okay. Duly noted. Me and the Seneschal, it seems. No, me and the Master of Whispers. I should have kept it straight. What gear gives you none? Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear. I have a proposition, since I am more important person here. You can go in front and shield me from potential threats. You had better not fail me. The Lord Captain made it clear relying on you is fraught with risk. I shall make do. Lead the way. Of course you will. He rummages in his pocket for something. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. That is no longer relevant. With a pop and sharp crackle, something hits you in the abdomen, and you are consumed by unbearable gut-wrenching pain. I knew it. This guy was untrustworthy. I promised you a special destiny, Edmant. It is time to fulfill it. Traitor. Next time I see him, I'm to have his... Just because he can't be the warrant of trade? I mean, understandable. Still, there are much more drawbacks to pulling this stunt. Not. Did you just kick me?
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warrant Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
Whitebeard, you two-faced scum. You're the one behind this man.
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself. We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
I have no intention of helping you.
I am afraid that you have no choice in the matter. Try to resist, and I will demonstrate the power that the warp holds over mortals. Come to think of it, I might even take some pleasure in doing so.
To the void with you. Skill tests and dialogues. One of the available dialogue options requires making a skill test. Unlike with passive tests, which are made automatically in this case, you can decide whether or not to select an option, the consequences of which will depend on the result of the associated tests. Success or failure affects how the dialogue will develop, depending on the context. You might change the course of the conversation, alter the character's attitude, or perform an action whose consequences will only become apparent. Hover your cursor over the dialogue option that requires a skill test, and you will see a tooltip detailing your chances of success. The number after the skill's name indicates the difficulty of the test. The blade flashes in the dim light, and drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment, you feel nauseous. Your head is spinning, and then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo at each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a single urge. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. I will attempt to fight the voice in my head. Get out! I am not your puppet! The voice in your head giggles and mocks your desperate outcry. You feel this intruding influence forcing you into your feet and making you take a step forward towards the gates looming in the center of the chamber. I tried. The gateway arch. Ooh. You see a cogitator with a human likeness built into the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automaton created from the lobotomized human. The sentinel turns its head to you, one of its eye sockets lighting up with two ember-like irises. I will examine the device. Yes, I succeeded. Awesome. You carefully inspect the design of the gate cogitator. What immediately catches your eye is the strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of archaeotech. Interesting. Alright, well I gained 20 experience. The servitor on the gate begins to move. The screeching and groaning of metal, it leans forward, closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp, metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voices that filled your head after what your wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, their source coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your Servitor looks noticeably different from the ones you were used to. Its skin covering is stitched together with copper thread. It has metal hinges instead of standard joints. It seems that the creators of the Sentinel did everything to ensure that the service life of this unit would be much longer than that of an ordinary automaton. Look for anything that can be used as a weapon. Look around in hopes of finding at least something that could work. Your search is in vain. The chamber anteroom is completely empty and in perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or protruding piece of rebar in sight. Back!
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
No.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
Once more.
Did you forget something?
Alright, fine, I place this hand into the Sentinel's maw. The Sentinel's jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat. Immediately you hear humming as the servo motors start up and the pump stirs into motion. The vidscreen of the cogitator flickers. Several long minutes pass. The Sentinel's jaws remain closed and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate you could catch your breath. Maybe even close your eyes, pretend none of this ever happened.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
You do not understand where this quiet voice is coming from, crackling like static. Is it a sentinel? A cogitator? Is it a figment of your weary mind? Whichever it is, you can clearly hear every word. Yes, I do require assistance. Pain shoots through your head and subsides just as quickly. It would seem that the entity coiled in your consciousness does not have the ability to do you any reason.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
End dialogue. Thank you, Sentry Turrets. Oh my lord!
There is still another way.
I won't let you get him. Check. The warrant chamber has opened its doors for the Dynasty heir. It's time to make sure the sacred ward. Yes. Yeah, I can't really follow him, so let's go. The enormous gates match the importance of the thing they protect. The massive doors are made of heavy metal. Oh my god. Let it be known that by my will and by the true words of this document, I appoint this person to be the bearer of the warrant to pray to bestow upon them their dynasty, the great mission. To be the paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns through pain to greatness.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
The servoscope's creaking gradually turns to a comprehensible. Preferably Theodore.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Okay. Alright, just checking on the chat and everything. It seems like everything's going much better than it was earlier, so that's good. Continue. In place. Okay. In place of the mechanical screeching, the servoscope's vox projects the voice of Theodora von Valancius. Distorted and ridden with static, it's still recognizable beyond a doubt. Voxmaster, restore communication with the Navigator's Sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available sources and ahead.
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
I need a weapon. I am utterly defenseless.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
Servo goes silent. Its relays clicking. Second after second passes. You realize that the servo skull will not answer you. What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by.
Are you the Warrant Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel, designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
Lead me away from here.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Okay. As the game stories unfold, you will see notifications of the screen indicating the status for your current objective has been updated. New information has been added to your journal. You can open the journal by pressing J, of course, or clicking left mouse button on the notification. Journal entries help you keep track of current events and guide your characters on their journey. Yep, rumors and contract section also contain important information. You will learn more about them. Now,
Victory awaits.
wish there was like a follow command. Perhaps there is. Hi, welcome to my stream. Glad to have you here. Alright, the warrant chamber is once again sealed.
Master, whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me, what is the meaning of this?
Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the game. I am Toleron20. I'll be your humble storyteller today. Feel free to follow and just stay a while and listen if you want to. Happy to have all takers. This is Abelard, and we are playing a Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Seneschal Abelard Wesseron has lost some of his former polish. His forehead is sweating, and one of the sleeves of his coat is torn and soaked through with blood. Nonetheless, despite his heavy breathing, he stands firm and his gaze is demanding, albeit somewhat surprised. Conrad Voigtveer is a traitor. When we parted ways on the officer decks, he stunned me somehow and brought me here. Better to be completely honest. He intended to take revenge on Theodora for something, and trying to reach the warrant was somehow part of that plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor! I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Master, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
I apologize. Voigtveer openly admitted that he is the master behind the mutiny.
Saints' blood! Then it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster.
Not a choice right now. Let's get back to the Lady Theodore.
You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
There we go. Sword, armored body. Okay. Alright, while fighting your character can... Yes, I know. Treating injuries. While fighting your character can lose some of their wounds. Your character has suffered an injury after being attacked by Conrad. This happens when a character receives damage that exceeds 50% of their memory. Okay. Once the combat is over, the wounds of all party members are replenished automatically, but any injuries they may have sustained remain. Those can be healed with a kit. Good, good. Got it. We'll go over to my inventory. There we go. Typical dual wielding of the Imperium. Right, and can't be character Medicaid. Skill, where is my health? I don't see selection of dodge reduction. Avalon. Avalon is all good. Wonderful. Alright. I don't see any movements to me. Yes, I have a armor. Yep. Strike. Looks like he wants a pistol first.
Follow my lead.
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treaties on Tactica Imperiale.
They say a little bit of humility never hurts anyone. I help others better themselves by wholeheartedly humiliating them at every step.
Pick up on it, so with all due respect. Door. Okay, so I am wounded. I don't know where I can see that. It says 20 out of 20. Oh.
I'll pass.
Okay, I can. Okay.
We are the spearhead of the Imperium.
It's for impact. So, 2.
I will do my duty. At your beck and call.
No, that's not what I want.
This wound will make a fight. That is
There
a
we go.
noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead.
Now we go prepared for the trials.
The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
I heard one of Theodora's vox kits.
Lady Theodora's. Which one? The last one I received was about the navigator's sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
What can we expect to find in the Navigator Sector? The Navigator Sector, very well. Lead the way.
Absolutely. Let us proceed.
Wave of static suddenly erupts from the servoscope. Make out Theodora's words through the noise. To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor. Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home. With all of your might, destroy those who have dared.
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward!
Out of my way!
Of course.
Close ranks! I'll turn you into corpse starch!
So it starts with me and I saw him earlier do immense amount of damage. So he's going to move over here.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Indeed, one fewer target.
Oh, what?
I took care of this one.
Nice. Okay. Oh,
At your beck and call.
that's for it. And his turn, my turn.
Forge ahead!
Strike
Nothing
this
I
one.
can't do.
Oh, he parried. Thanks.
Suits my purposes.
So I can't do anything else. So that's fine. And turn. Parried. Alright, so they're all just...
I will do my duty. Reduced to dust. It will be done. One fewer target.
Wonderful. So how do I get more action? Yeah, 1 AP. B.
Already done.
See, he parried, and now I have 3 action. Do I only get 1? I guess I only get the 1. That's strange.
Curse you, miscreant!
0 damage. And done. 500. Interesting. Okay.
Victory is imminent. Reduced to dust.
So that's that.
You didn't stand a chance!
Prevailing in battles, exploring the Chronos expanse, and completing quests earns you experience points. Once you've accumulated enough experience, your character gains a new level. Interesting. So now I do this. 1 rank available. I have voice of command. So I have to choose this one. Choose my skill. Okay, I'm liking a lot of these choices. I'm going to go with persuasion. And maps. Is that all I can do? Persuasion. I'll take it. Persuasion is 50. So, how do we accept? No, I don't want to close this one. So, that. Okay. Yeah, I got that one. What about? Any of those? Let's go. Oh, I could choose 2? No. Give me a moment, everybody. I'm not sure how to choose yes. To summary. Okay, so 1 applied. Okay. Interesting. Then we go over to him. He is a warrior, so he gets more of that. So over here. Go with corrupts. Fly. Wonderful. Thank you all for tuning in, by the way. I am Toleron20. Stay a while and listen. Let's have some fun. Alright.
We shall prevail.
Okay. Zone map. Here's a map of your void ship. It consists of several parts between which you can travel. So I can go from the Warrant's Chamber to the Navigator's Sanctum. Interesting. This doesn't look...
The Navigator's Sanctum is directly along the passageway.
I should have listened. Ooh, a psyker.
And so, he will enter the halls of the blinded guide and witness the radiance of the final dawn through the cracks and fall victim to a whim of fate.
Master, watch your head. Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
She looked at us, saw a portent of the future, said, "Oh, something's about to fall on your head," in a very vague way. Only Abelard managed to save me.
Sorry, old man. The voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abelard, how they sing!
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valancius. Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
The entity in your consciousness shrinks and crawls in deep, claws scraping against your wall, as if the presence is trying to hide from this year. A diviner, are you?
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud.
She is a psyker, which is a person with massive psionic abilities. In this, it's almost in Warhammer 40k. It's almost equivalent to magic, and it's terrifying because it taps into the loop.
And you are von Valancius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs. Well then, we finally meet.
You hear a few. You hear a few clicks from the relays on the servo skull, which has followed you all the way here. Theodora's scrambled words give way to a voice vaguely familiar to you. Officers' frequency, to all who can hear me. Those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor's providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelthrat's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
What are you doing?
The whispers called me.
Welcome
the
to
ones
stream,
I could
everybody.
make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the engineerium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master Cog, and the silence that followed.
Interesting. Allow me to take a moment. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Happy to have you here. I am Toleron20. I will be your storyteller today. Stay a while and listen. Let's see if we can enjoy ourselves today on Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Remember to follow if you like my stuff so far.
What? You don't mean the Engineer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the Navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the Navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
We must see if the Navigator is well.
Oh no. No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity.
Oh. We are in for it, people. I think our Geller field has failed.
But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
Alright. Adira has joined your party, which now consists of several characters. Select one character, click the mouse pointer to select multiple characters, hold the left mouse button.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Doors. Okay. Move up.
Don't you dare to cross us!
I will level you!
Start the battle. Edmant starts there. Abelard. And let's move Abelard here. And you can start up here. Wonderful. Use the hologram to gauge the effectiveness of your intended actions by taking them. Place the character's hologram I selected. I can see the expected outcome. Very nice. I like this. Alright, so.
Nothing I can't do.
So let's see.
Suits my purposes. Losing me was your biggest mistake.
Okay. Need to find out a way to up my character's attack average. We'll find that. Then
Nothing I can't do.
Turn.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Alright, so let's see. So it's light and dark. Psychic Shriek. Forewarning, Psychic increases the target's dodge or parry by combat. She's an operative as well. So go ahead and give forewarning to Abelard. And then
Anything else?
Arc of Light.
Very
Oh, that was good. Do again. I need +2 to exploits. Cool. And Abelard. Go ahead and charge.
Back and call. One fewer target.
Okay, can't move anymore. Alright, so we can't move anymore. Okay, so that's about as good as I can get. Bracer impact and away. Yep, dodged.
Already done.
He dodged. Of course he did. How far? Okay. Oh, might as well go.
Suits my purposes.
Idira. See how we do here. Alright, everybody, let's see how Idira does. Go ahead and use that lightning against the head.
Was that you?
Nice. Vespiatus. The creature in the chair appears as if it has become one with its throne. You see pink, parchment-like skin stretched between the seat and the limbs that have too many joints for a normal human. The navigator is breathing heavily, the air whistling as it exits through the two dark, gill-like slits on its cheek. The creature's eyes are shut. Two ordinary eyes, as well as the third one, that sit in the center of its forehead. I believe Master Vespiatus still lives. Abelard flinches at the sight of the stretched skin and the dark marks on the face of the creature. The servants are dead, but the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the ward. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive. Give Abelard a pointed look, address Idira, what is wrong with him, approach. Mr. Vespiatus. The navigator stirs, barely able to lift his head and half open his normal eyes. A dark drop rolls from under the closed lid of the third eye and down his face, leaving behind a black trail. Your time is short. The voice is coming from the vox grill at the base of the bizarre chair. It is unclear how the navigator is able to force human speech. Are you alright? Suddenly the navigator's body starts thrashing in place. It lurches forward, then falls back onto the seat, then thrusts forward again as its bones crack and its skin tears open. However, the fusion between the body and the chair appears to be stronger than these wild impetus. The mutant remains sealed, but leans as far forward as he can, his layered raiment slowly turning crimson. The gill slits burst open, forming two hideous scream mouth-like. Fall to your knees, mortal, and behold the final dawn. It came from beyond. His body is not here. Idira's scream is echoed by the silent cries in your head. The unseen creature triumphs at the sight of the navigator succumbing to the paroxysms of the corruption. Its march thunders under the burden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with myriads of words and meanings, each one a portent of salvation within me. Navigator continues to convulse violently, you see, shrieking and cackling, but then his fit stops abruptly. His face is drenched in black and crimson. The dark ooze from under his third eyelid has turned from a trickle into a stream mixed with the blood coming out of his nose. There is a purplish swelling around the eye. Run. Flee from this place while I still have the strength. The words come out of the Vox as a labored rattle. I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Leave the warp. But it can't be done without the Master Helmsman's help. The Navigator is still alive, but barely so. What do we do now? The Seneschal gazes at the figure in the chair. The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the Master Helmsman, if he is still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with Ethelthrad and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the Silver Skull relayed to us earlier. Just got a message. Hold on. Hope you all are enjoying. Messages. I'm busy. Good luck and thank you. Navigator does not give her a response. Black tears mixed with blood are streaming from under the closed eyelids. The Vox at the base of the chair is bellowing out static interspersed with distant echoes of otherworldly laughter. Navigator appears dead. Only the slight movement of his chest and the twitching of his eyelids let you know that he's still clinging to life. Must keep moving. How about these guys? Ooh, we can collect loot. Scrappy autogun. Scrappy autogun. Doll. Good to know. Alright, I think that's it.
It's about time.
Excuse me, I apologize. Anything over here? Locked door. Okay.
A new challenge for me?
Officer's deck. Collect them. And leave them. Okay, so officer's deck. Thank you, my friend. Take off. Have a good time. It seems that my stream manager is not giving me up to date with the chat every now and then, so I apologize for that. But we make do with what we got. Press any key. Is this the elevator? Good lord! Stand your ground.
The ship's as good as ours. It's all over for you.
Well said.
I shall pity not your enemies. I shall heed not their pleas.
Sister of battle.
Somebody shoot these.
I shall betray not your tenets, nor stray one step from them. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
Wow.
I told you he would protect us.
My God, my light, my Emperor.
That is a sister of battle. The militant arm of the ecclesiarchy of the. The white-haired warrior turns to face you, her dark eyes blazing. The weapon quivers in her hand, and for a brief moment it seems she's not going to stop, and will instead continue eliminating every target she sees, starting with you.
Sister Argenta! Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face. It is unfamiliar. Who are you?
Edmant von Valancius, Lord Captain's heir.
The hour is dark and daunting. The ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends who are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the archenemy's hunger. I will do what I must to halt the advance of the dark forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know, why are you here?
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelthrad the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
I am no traitor, sister. You can be sure of that.
If you speak truthfully, the Emperor will not forsake you. If you are lying, you will not escape his retribution. I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic!
Ooh, one of my passives succeeded. What is a warrior of the Adeptus Sororitas doing aboard a rogue trader ship? Your orders serve the ecclesiarchy.
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation. Under more appropriate circumstances.
Enough idle chatter. I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
We must get to the main hall of the deck.
Through this door. I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Ready. May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
So it shall be. Goods. Revolver, 40 sweat ale, fat meal cakes, and 2 fuel tanks. I'll collect all of those. Right, close. Yeah, I know I can equip some stuff. Alright, let's get everybody here. Move forward. Other goods crate. Checked. Salvage Omni. Shipment of glow sticks. All.
Victory awaits!
Guessing we have to go this way. Yep. Let's see. Large enough for a person to get through.
None shall stand in my way.
No, this is where we are. Oh, this door. Should have guessed. Okay, remember this room. So.
I'm always ready.
The Emperor is with us.
Spare none of them!
Okay. Me to here. Her. Abelard. Start the battle. The warrior of the Adeptus Sororitas and a soldier. She's an expert with burst range weapons and weapons that deal damage in an area. Argenta's strength is her mobility in combat. Run and gun is a unique soldier. Using it grants the soldier extra movement points and reduces the cost of their next attack by an action. Very good. Okay, so stand. Okay, so
located.
Should have done the running gun.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Her turn. Abelard's there, so.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. I'd rather not.
And
Indeed.
Not a problem for me. You didn't stand a chance!
Nicely done.
Suits my purposes.
Maybe I should start doing this. That. And
nothing I can't do.
Argent. Command. Here come the heretics. Let's do this, people.
Injured. I'm enraged.
Alright, let's see what she got. More warning to her.
Brace yourself.
I should have known. Yes, very much heresy. Welcome, Srogue. Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you. Alright, let's see here. Analyze that enemy. We are currently playing... Hi, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're all enjoying yourselves. We are playing Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. It is very much like the Deathwatch or Rogue Trader tabletop RPGs that I have played a long time. Currently, we're under attack by a bunch of heretics that are trying to take control of the ship.
This'll leave a scar!
Hope you're all enjoying yourselves. It was great times. It was very good times. Why do I keep getting those? I'm not getting any of those. Let's go ahead, move over to here, and see what this will do.
I'll do it.
Well, did a good chunk of damage to people, and I keep forgetting to use her run and gun. Well, it's good to have you, Srogue. Glad to have you here. This is hopefully going to become a new fun thing for me to do. You are going to...
I'm not interested.
Okay.
At
Now
your beck and call. Reduced to dust.
That's about all Abelard can do. Alright, let's move. Well, let's go ahead and... I think I can make this shot. Ah, damn, hit Abelard. Need to keep that spell. I know, it's the blind boy. Good to see ya. Srogue is an old friend of mine, and Shizen is in my current campaign. Welcome, welcome to the stream. Let's go ahead and give Abelard my voice of command. Come on, Abelard, you can do better. Go ahead and move Idira up.
I know what is to come.
Do you now? And there's too many of them with a chance to hit Abelard. I don't want to do that. Nah, I can't hurt anybody well with this, so I'm not going to do that. So let's go ahead and give Abelard some forewarning, and we'll analyze the enemy. I do. I appreciate it, though. Welcome to the stream. I'm just going to be doing this for another couple of hours. Might take a break here or there, but overall, I'm having just a fun time spending it with people. I believe it. All good. I need to remember the run and gun. So there's only these two that I can hit here. So let's go ahead and do closer one.
Deeds is worthless.
That's a critical hit. And fire again. Get rid of this further guy. Ah, I hit the table. Oh well, taking cover. Good enough for me. Abelard, you got two of them right next to you, don't you?
It will be done.
Nicely done, Abelard. I understand. Hey, it's not dumb, buddy. It's all just good times to have you.
At your beck and call.
Go ahead and move over to there, get some cover. Alright, I will move up. I will fire a single shot at the heretic at
face of adversity.
Missed, of course, but I should probably reload while I got a chance. And yeah, I understand, man.
Absolutely
takes a lot of time.
Not.
Can't do it to her, can't do it to him because they both had it.
All too easy.
Voice of command to Adira. Speaking of, it is Adira's turn. And we shall give you Psychic Lightning.
There is movement in the Empyrean.
Nicely done. I'm glad you still have fun working on it. It's good to hear from you. Oh, and combat's over. Let's go ahead and see what this says. An exact replica of Von Valencia's voice chip sits on the pedestal. Still, labels indicate the main compartments and decks of the vessel. Very nice. Alright, so we got lots of people to loot, so I'm going to collect all of that. Wonderful. Servo Skull spouting some good stuff. Lightning is OP, but it's also one of those where it can hit my allies as well, so I can't have it be too close to me and my friends.
It won't open. The damned heretics have blocked the door, trembling at the thought of our approach.
A melter charge will help. There's probably one around here somewhere.
Melter charge. Need to clear rubble, coerce machine spirits, and overcome other challenges. You can also use consumable items. To open the door in front of you, use a melter charge. Alright, so let's see. Let me check my people real quick. Who has the best in demolition? Well, demolition seems to be up. The Sister of Battles. Yeah, we'll let the Sister of Battle handle the explosives. Do we have a melter charge on this? No. So there must be a melter charge. Open the door with logic. Logic, let's try it. To open a jammed door, click on the icon, use the highest tech use. Okay. Well, I should probably have checked around before doing that, but it's doing good. Your character is about to make a text use skill test and dialogue, and during exploration, you will often make various skill tests. The success of the test is determined by rolling a 100-sided die, which it's exactly, if you weren't aware, Throg, it's exactly like the old system that we used to play, so it's super fun. Hypothetical, if I wanted to take a cowboy that plays the fiddle, would that be a ranger that multi-classes into a bard? It could be either. You could also say fighter instead of ranger as well, because they have chance for archery as well. Me and my fiance have been having a blast in Baldur's Gate 3. Oh yeah! See, Throg knows the way as well. Baldur's Gate 3 I have been playing. It's been a lot of fun.
I rise to the occasion.
Okay, locked. What's in here? Restore the power supply.
Excellence matters.
So we got that going. Might have just gotten that.
I did fine.
It's received.
It's
anything
about
in
time.
Ooh, more goods. Let's see. Melt a charge and medical kits. We'll collect all. Open this one. Dual-wielding hand crossbows. It's a good idea as well. Definitely either Ranger would definitely work, or the fighter angle is good as well. Yeah, exactly.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Is there anything else that I can... Attacks. Alright, so we have the melta charges.
Join me in prayer.
Let's go to her inventory. Melta charges.
This is unacceptable.
Okay, so how can I make her use the melta charge?
What deeds await us?
Blow the door.
I better myself through my service.
Alright, so we're all just gonna stand close to the door. Got it. But yes, Rogue has it correctly.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Game autosave. Oh, you take that bridge out. Oh. What is this? Did they shoot us for something? I can't see a thing. I can't see. The roar of the flames rings in your ears, and the choking smoke makes you cough and gasp for air. You instinctively recoil from the scorching heat, wiping your face. A moment later, a hazy silhouette forms in the raging wall of fire. You are surrounded by ear-slitting noise and screaming, yet you distinctly hear the sound of footsteps. Then you see the figure walk out of the fire toward you. It is Theodora von Valancius. Her expression is calm, terrifyingly so for someone whose body is engulfed in an inferno. One of her hands is resting on the hilt of her power sword, and the other is raised in an inviting gesture. Are you lost, my heir? Argenta goes as still as a statue, then slowly raises her weapon. An apparition, a sorceress apparition. Trickery of the warp. Yeah, I know. Sister, you will lower your weapon. Despite his commanding tone, Abelard does not sound too confident. He is staring at the rogue trader, and you notice a muscle in his cheek twitching. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous. I have three choices. How did you get here? Aren't you in pain? And this is impossible. How did you get here? Yeah, absolutely. I am a rogue trader, Edmant. I am wherever my will demands me to be. Would you prefer to be elsewhere at this time? Indubitably, but are you ready? Theodora watches you without blinking. Her snake-like gaze almost makes you forget about the fire searing, leaving burns on your skin. I can lead you out of these flames, Edmant. Show you a path, rid you of pain, and give you weapons so that you may defeat your enemies. Decide. This has to be a literal, like, as she said, a sorceress apparition. Your mouth begins to salivate. Each word Theodora speaks is like music to your ears. The entity that now dwells in the deepest recesses of your mind is pleading, begging, demanding that you give her an immediate answer. That answer can be nothing other than acceptance. Argenta, do not listen to this abomination, Edmant. If there is naught but his light in your heart, If you are resolute in your faith and step into the flames, the Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises, nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of the faith in their soul. To the void with you, we need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace. The people, Abelard looks back at the coughing and confused people around you. Edmant, the survivors from the middle decks. You must help the crew. Lead them out. Find a way around. Over the roaring flames you hear distant sounds, frightened voices, screams, muffled and distorted, as if there were a body of water between you and them. Thanks. Appreciate it, Sweroak. Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Ed. Idira breaks off and starts coughing violently. Her knees buckle and she looks like she's about to fall. Edmund, what are we waiting for? Alright, so this is conviction time. I knew this was coming up. Sometimes your character will have to make tough decisions based on their values, interests, and goals. Such decisions affect their convictions. This can develop in 3 directions: dogmatic, iconoclast, or heretical. Each includes 5 ranks. The higher the rank, the more zealously the character follows their convictions, and the more noticeably the world around them reacts to their actions and decisions. Promotion through the ranks of each of the 3 directions opens up access to new dialogue line, events, unique abilities, and also changes the attitudes of others toward your character. Also, some items can only be equipped by characters with certain convictions. When one of the conviction branches reaches rank 3, Votary, it becomes the character's main focus. When this happens, the other 2 convictions branches cannot be raised above rank 2, Adherent. Your character's allies have convictions of their own as well. Alright, so I have the 3 choices. I want your guys' input on this if we can get it. Dogmatic, walk through the fire. The Emperor will guide the righteous on their path. Heretical, accept the offer of help. Take my pain away and give me power. And the third is Iconoclast, which is what I'm kind of interested in doing. Get the people off the bridge. I will not leave my people in harm's way. These are all very good choices. I want to see what happens if I do the third one. Any other votes or anything from anybody? Alright. No one left behind? I agree. You look away and the illusion breaks. The unbearable heat instantly makes your skin burns, and the voices of the people beyond the shroud of smoke grow stronger and hopeful. Once you and your companions rush back, barking orders and guiding the survivors. In your determination, you completely forget about Theodora. When you turn your head, you see nothing but the bellowing fire. Iconoclast, plus 15. Back! Fall back! We will go around! Back this way!
Where did it go? Thing that was standing in front of us in the fire? I could have sworn.
It wasn't her. I knew it wasn't.
To the same place all unholy visions go. Do you want to follow it, witch?
See you later, Shizen. Alright, let's see. It went back. There's no way forward to this. Oh, wait. Goods. Gotta remember to hit that. We'll collect that. Tech use. Oh, we leveled up. Better level that up quick. Next part. Bring it down! The officer immediately grants an ally an extra turn with 2 action points and no movement. If the ally is under the effect of voice command and kills an enemy before the end of the officer's turn, the ally gains a 1-time additional plus 2 times officer's fellowship bonus momentum. That is pretty good. So I'm glad to see that. Summary and apply. Right, that's me. Now this is Abelard, the Seneschal, who has Endure. Until the warrior's next turn, all incoming damage is reduced by minus the toughness bonus, and the warrior gains plus toughness bonus temporary. +5. That's not bad at all. Alright, so that's what we're going to just apply. Going over to Adira. Hers is Expose Weakness. The operative removes all exploits from the targets to decrease the target's dodge, parry, and armor by -10 plus exploit stacks times perception bonus. Pretty good. So we'll take to summary and apply. And last but not least, Argenta, the Sister of Battle. Revel in Slaughter. It does seem pretty intuitive. It seems like the first few ranks are basically preordained, but from there it seems to branch off a little. So, immediately removes the winded effect until the end of combat. The soldier gains the following bonuses: lots of ballistic skill, agility bonus to damage. Nice, sweet. So we'll keep that going.
We must act.
We have it unlocked. Go
Victory
in.
awaits.
I saw something back here. Goods. Deck officer's helmet. Good to know.
Follow my lead.
Anything here? Nope. Let's continue back. Fallen Stella has blocked the path to the lifts. You will have to look for another way. Find Edda. More goods over here. Good. Oh, they're down there. Well, I've got other stuff I need to do.
Duty prevails.
Look, I made a bridge.
None shall stand in my way.
Too late. We are too late. Or perhaps Edelthrad and his escort never made it here. Which would be even worse.
Or they could be fighting on the bridge as we speak, without us.
My lord, I beg your pardon for interrupting. The people are asking for orders. You came back to save us. So now we will follow you through thick and thin.
Well, let's hope your lives are worth it.
To the bridge. If Edelthrad is there,
yeah,
then
every
he
now and
requires
then.
immediate assistance. I say there is one thing that I find most troubling. The Lord Captain's voxcasts. They are still coming in, even though it would make sense for Lady Theodora to be on the bridge right now, at the head of the counter-assault. I feel uneasy. What if the Lord Captain is besieged in her own chambers? With your permission, I suggest that we confirm for ourselves that she is not. We can use the same elevator that Lady Theodora and Mort headed for earlier.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes the voice acting does come in, and it seems to be kind of selective in it, which isn't terrible. It's just not what I'm used to yet. But it's not bad at all.
I won't tolerate weakness.
It's just sometimes I'll sit there for a second and I'm like, oh, I need to voice act. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and zoom around, open this door.
Over there.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Let's go ahead and collect these. Lord Captain's quarters.
I noticed something.
Go ahead and collect all. We will leave location to the Lord Captain's quarters. Thanks for joining me on my stream, Sir. Good to have you. There were some technical issues earlier. It wouldn't capture the game itself as a capture chart. And I had to do it where it's actually seeing my whole screen, so still working out some of the kinks, but I'm having a lot of fun in doing this. Find Theodora von Valensis. Oh, Theodora's dead. And we have emanations of the warp in the... I understand, man. It can be weird. Last few times I played, it had no issue at all. Like, I was playing Talisman, and it was able to properly capture that one easily. But this is, like, giving it some trouble. I was able to capture Skyrim as well, and that wasn't any issue. Just not sure how some things work and some things don't. But we're all getting used to it. Theodora von Valencia's body is sprawled on the large, blood-drenched desk. The arch-militant's corpse, still clutching a weapon, is slumped against one of the bulkheads. Damn. Yeah, it is a little bit strange.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls.
No! Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
Yeah, pretty much.
Lord Captain, who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidfear.
Voidfear was somebody that had betrayed us earlier, so he was the Master of Whispers, the Spy Master, and seems to be angry with Theodora, but he did say that, but I'm not sure which one to go with.
It could have happened in the heat of battle. Not to mention that Mort was here, and he would have protected Lady Theodora to the last. How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Arch-Militant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
Okay, well, let's examine Theodora's body. You lean closer to the body. The cause of death is apparent. What ended the rogue trader's life was an auto pistol shot, an extraordinarily accurate one. Theodora's face bears an expression of surprise, the last emotion she experienced in life. Something on the floor catches your eye, a heap of blood-splattered parchments and scrolls that must have fallen off the desk. As you lean down for a closer look, you notice something else, small shards of glass scattered across the floor. Adira, would you try touching Theodora? You might be able to see the killer through her eyes. Or, let's go ahead and inspect the shards closely. It is difficult to say what exactly was broken. The subject fell on the floor, and that is as much as you can ascertain. On closer examination, the shards appear iridescent rather than completely transparent, as if they had been submerged in promethium. It's a promethium is basically the same thing they use for flamethrowers in this. Dira, what do these shards tell you?
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces, drawing closer. Lady Theodora and Conrad.
Conrad Voigt is the traitor.
What is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure.
Right.
Tainted witchcraft.
Right to the shards of glass are Idra herself. Would you try touching Theodora?
It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul. And after what we saw on the officer's deck, I won't risk searching for it in a warp.
Inspect the papers. Report accounts, dispatches. You go over the scrolls until you stumble upon a document that is starkly different from the rest. It is a handwritten letter signed with the initials XC, a seal with a symbol that is vaguely familiar to you. Handwritten letter with a C. Okay, guess that's all I'm getting. Lower Imperium test succeeded. Passive test, yes. And sends a shiver down your spine. The author of this letter addressed to Theodora von Valancius signed it with the seal of one of the holy orders of the Emperor's Inquisition, the secret police of the Imperium that relentlessly hunts heretics, Xenos, or other enemies of humanity. Great, so the Inquisition's involved. Oh, this dynasty might be screwed. Examine the Arch Militant's body. Yes, let me slowly walk over as there's a whole bunch of mutiny going on. An auto pistol shot went straight through Mort's forehead, spraying the floor and the furniture around with blood, brain matter, and shards of his skull. Safety of the on the Arch Militant's weapon is off. Killer must have been a split second quicker than we'd best be on our way.
The crucible of battle calls to me once more.
As the sister of battle.
No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh no. I'll get to the bottom of this.
I know, who uses a safety in Warhammer?
Murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
Uh-huh. Well, they can ascertain the murder scene looks like something caught in the victims of surprise. No one had time to react to what's happening. Oh, there are goods over here. Trader's cloak. Ooh. Add to inventory.
We shall prevail.
Probably shouldn't be wearing it right now, but adds +5 to fellowship. Can't go with that. Alright. See the goods. Yeah, dogmatic fall. Okay. Anything else that I can possibly grab? Or goods over here. Can't forget those. Theodora's Rosary. Wearer of this amulet gains +10 bonus to comer and lore. Okay, so we'll add that to inventory. Alright. Also, Throg, do you like my custom portrait for my character? I had a AI do that, so. Can we get anything else in here? Nothing really seems to be jumping out to me. That's her portrait, Theodora. Right, nothing else is really jumping out at me. Hey, there we go. That's why we look around. Nope, you're able to make folders of this of the game, and you can put in 3 portraits in it. It didn't work exactly like it's supposed to. Like you could see, like this portrait works fine, but when it came to like being in combat or in conversation, it cuts off a certain area. I just have to work with it a little bit, but I'm enjoying myself with that. Anything else before we go?
A new challenge for me?
Nope, nothing else. Alright. Time to get out of here. Wait. For me, for him. My turn. Alright. Let's see. Within a 4-cell radius. Voice of command.
Nothing I can't do. Not a problem for me.
Let's see who all I can hit. It's worth a shot. First fire it is.
Nothing of value has been lost.
Nice. That worked really well. Very excited to see that work out. All right. Right. Go
I'll
run
do
and
it.
gun. Use your burst weapon. Over.
As the Emperor commands, I act. None can escape
That works
the
well.
Emperor's judgment.
And fire again. Let's see if we can.
Doubt is for the weak.
Okay, so that combat servitor is the one that we're going to be worried about mostly. But it grants additional momentum for each enemy that is either radiant. Okay, so we don't need that right now. Alright. Let's expose weakness on the combat servitor. Right. Lightning bolt this guy.
What an unfortunate
Yeah,
turn
see,
of
it still
fate.
bounced a little bit, but Abelard took it like a boss. Analyze the enemy. Double check. Hi, welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. If you like me, please like and follow. Like and follow. Please follow. See if you like more of my stuff. Oh god. Ouch. Well, I can move forward. Then I can probably charge. There we go. Okay, and then I will strike it again.
Indeed.
And that's the end of Abelard. Let's move.
My tactics are flawless.
Now
Suits
I
my
won't hit
purposes.
Abelard. Tell
Already
Abelard
done.
to bring it down. Who can swing once and more.
It will be done.
Nicely done. Brace for impact. Voice of command
Nothing
on
I can't do.
Argenta. So her turn's coming up. Fire at the combat servitor. Right. Two. Don't want to use that just yet. One creature within a 12 seconds.
Was that? Be gone!
Nice! Good work all around. And we leveled up again. Dang, we're doing good. Alright. Next one. The officer grants an ally an extra turn with full AP and MP during the extra turn. There is attack limits. And plus, I get to choose talent. Commanding voice. The range of the officer's abilities is increased by +3. The range of the voice command is also increased by +6. That's pretty good. Steel resolve. The officer's resolve is increased by +3. Not terrible, not bad. Blood of the Martyrs. Whenever an ally uses a heroic, that ally gains temporary wounds equal to that. Focus. Use an ability on an ally, the ally gains a bonus to their perception and ballistic skill equal to 5. Bad. I still want to do commanding voice, because that just seems perfect for me. Alright, go over to Abelard. He has the Daring Breach. Immediately restores all AP and MP and gains Agi bonus plus MP, his agility bonus, so +3. They don't lose MP after performing the attacks. The warrior has no limit on melee weapon actions at this turn. Nice. Epicenter of Slaughter. When the warrior is attacked, they gain +1 stack of Epicenter of Slaughter until the end of combat. At the start of their turn, the warrior gains +1 temporary wounds for each stack. Wow, that's pretty good. Which ability are you referring to? Contempt, whatever. Let's go with Epicenter of Slaughter. Sounds good. Double check. Dismantling attack. The operative immediately inflicts one exploit on all enemies in combat and then makes the free attack against the target. That attack always hits. Dang. Till the end of the combat, the target of this attack suffers a minus 30 penalty to dodge and a minus 30 penalty to armor. Dang. So it seems there was a hiccup in my stream. I apologize that I didn't notice right off the bat. But yeah, it's pretty good stuff. It's very intense. Tide of Excellent. When one of the operative triggers an exploit on an enemy, the operative gains +1 damage and +2 armor penetration. Bad. Yeah, there's been like 1 or 2 hiccups in the stream today. Like I go offline for just half a moment, but then it comes back. But hopefully that won't be an issue for too long. But glad to see you're still here. Big body, fresh soul. Do that one. And then for the Sister of Battle, we have Firearm Mastery. It gains the ability to make a number of extra attack equal to their weapon's rate of fire, minimum of 2. Using the weapon attack that normally costs the least AP, these attacks do not spend AP. Till the end of the soldier's turn, their first attack against each new enemy automatically scores a critical hit. Good lord! Yeah, it might be Twitch too. The soldier immediately reloads their current weapon. Good god, that is immensely good. Damage to 3 different enemies. The soldier gains +2 bonus. Wow, these are all really good. I want to do Rack and Ruin. Some of them do, I have seen it. It's very intense. Like camping. Alright, that's that. Let's get all of us. Go to that combat surge. Grace to the Oblivion. Last pistols. Are these better than my... No, my stub revolver is more. My sword is still better. But still, collect these, see if I can sell them later. Alright, let's get back to the Void Ship Bridge. Yeah, I've seen them do some crazy stuff in some of the combat. Alright. Well, there's goods right here. Thermoplasm. Nice. Alright. Let's be back to the cargo. Lore warp.
Excellent smash.
Good lord, that purple stuff. We're in a warp storm right now, aren't we?
The first sacrifice opens the eye.
That's Conrad.
The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
You heretical piece of shit. Good lord. Ethelthrad, who is clutching a bleeding wound on his chest, gives you a tormented look. Help has arrived? Too late to change the tide, I'm afraid, but if there's any honor in you, we can at least die with dignity and give our lives for the rogue traitor. You look dreadful. Theodora von Valancius is dead. I found her and the arch-militant in her study. I mean, honesty is always the best choice in my opinion. God Emperor preserve us. The rogue traitor is dead. The ship has lost her lord captain. The house is dead. Its head. Ethelthrad shudders and grabs his shoulder. As you watch, the sleeve of his jacket bursts open and 2 bone growths pierce through the fabric. No matter what ritual Conrad is performing, he stares at you and his eyes harden with cold resolve once more. And we have no right to bow our heads. Tzeentch. That's the symbol of Tzeentch underneath him, the Lord of Sorcerers. You can see Conrad Whitebeard clearly in the gloom of the bridge. The broken blade he is holding is stained with dark drops that seem to have a pearlescent glimmer to them. I know, right? That's what I'm saying. I would have shot him already. We are out of time. Ethelthrad bites his knuckle desperately, thinking. You see a wave of ripple across the whites of Ethelthrad's eyes, and they begin to turn a sickly hue. Why fear you, duplicitous cur? The rogue traitor's death will be avenged. I knew he wasn't behind it. What, Theodora is dead? Whitebeard stares at you in seemingly genuine bewilderment. No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't. Ethelthrad lowers his head, then he sighs and locks eyes with you. His gaze cold, haughty, and fanatical. The ritual will not be completed. I'll take care of it. And you, see to it that the void ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm. And farewell. Ethelthrad, don't, says Abaddon.
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
So much for seeing to it. Yes, just step into it, man.
Annihilate them!
Show them no mercy!
To use a unique ability called Heroics Acts or Desperate Measure, momentum is depending on the actions of your party in combat, the momentum bar will increase or decrease. A high momentum value allows a character to use a heroic act. A low value grants access to desperate measures. Both abilities can completely change the course of a battle, but every party member can either use one or the other, and only once in a single combat. Get myself here. Set Abelard up. Hero to here. Okay. I don't see any way of starting these fights yet. Alright. You'll encounter enemies with various abilities and features. An icon next to an enemy's portrait indicates that they are under the influence of some kind of effect. Click right mouse button on the effect icon to see more details. So, Chaos Spawn. Lots of freaking health. Lots of movement and armor. This is an intense main already. Toxic Spurt. Ooh. Creates a 3x3 toxic zone which lasts for 2 rounds. Oh, that's not good. Round everyone within and every creature entering the zone suffers 6 toxic damage. Good lord. Rending Scream. The target makes a toughness test. If failed, the target suffers bleeding for 5 rounds. Good lord. And Devour. The creature devours an ally, restoring 30% of the creature's health. Good lord above. Okay. So, first off, regimental tactics. Okay. Oh, come on, he's...
Oh, my ears are ringing.
Hang it. She has to reload. That's her turn. Got to move twice, dang. Yeah, weird. I'll just keep streaming for the rest of today for the next 55 minutes that I planned, and then do some checking after the fact and see what I can do about it. Thank you for the input, Srog.
I will do my duty.
Can't charge it.
Victory
Wait,
is imminent.
Or that wasn't how it's supposed to happen. Get out of the toxic sphere.
Cover me!
Go ahead and give that to me. Yeah, my rig's doing fine. Might just be an internet issue. Alright, let's go ahead and
Oni.
dispose. Okay, come on, man. Nice shot.
Live another day.
Well, thanks for hitting me, but I'm glad that it's...
That's not the Seneschal's job. At your beck and call.
Okay.
It will be done.
Let's go.
Oh, too easy. Not a problem for me.
Hey, that's all I can do. Burst fire. I can't.
Doubt is for the weak.
Then we'll run. Nope. Up. There's no way of doing the rapid fire without hitting me.
I'll do it. Hear my Emperor! As the Emperor commands, I act.
Okay, that's her shots. Ouch. Keep hitting hard.
My duty.
Attack again.
I'd
Charge.
Victory is imminent.
Endure. Come on, kill it. Damn.
That is not my destiny. No can do.
That. Okay, then we'll give me some foresight. Fireman! Wonderful. Now we need to find the Master Helmsman. But we all leveled up again! Alright, so now I have the choice of Fellowship, which is already at 50. Willpower, which is at 35. I should probably go get myself to... Ooh. Let's see. Chain Weapon Expert. Combat Master. Enemies gain no military support. This is against his character. Swift maneuvers. Dueling Masteries. Alright, let's see. Let's go with Combat Master. Thanks. Appreciated. Alright, next one. You already have the Epicenter of Slaughter, so let's go with Thick Skin. And what's your toughness at? 50, strength is 40, weapon skills at 40, agility's at 35. Alright, let's go with weapon skill. Get that up. Apply that. Obviously, we want to make her more intelligent. And let's give her lots of choices. Characteristic training. Let's see. It's 12. That's not... Make her smart about all the stuff. And Argenta. Triple X skill needs to be higher, obviously. And we'll give you rapid reload. That works out well. Archetypes. Stream still going. Good. Right. That's it. So, we got lots of stuff to check. Blade shard. Blade from the mysterious metal that shimmers with color. Gloves of endurance. Whenever the wearer of these gloves gets an injury or falls unconscious in combat, their allies gain a +1 bonus to damage. Mantle of Heroism requires Iconoclast follow. Each heroic act used in battle increases the wearer's dodge. Nice. Alright, we'll collect all that. Then we'll go over to the inventory and we'll put that on you. Because. Oh, you can't wear that? Because you're. Oh, you're the Iconoclast, right? We'll go with that.
It's about time!
So. Can't get past here. Officer, bridge officer. Conrad ran this way. Can't seem to be getting past this point. Yeah, stuck up on these things. So
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Perhaps it's back this way.
The heir is dead. He sacrificed himself to save the entire dynasty.
A noble deed.
Yeah, bravo, Master Helmsman, system status reward. Master Helmsman Ravor. Oh, it seems he has his own portrait. He's important enough. By the Emperor, it's the Seneschal, living and breathing. The white-haired man with sickly pale skin salutes you. Well, there's a tricky question. The whole place is so overgrown with foul wickedry. We'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for the throne knows how long. How did you people survive in here? We need to re-establish contact with the Navigator's Sanctum. It's our only chance of escaping from the warp. Your words seem to knock the officers out of their stupor. The air around you fills with voices and commands being issued. You hear someone sobbing, one of the survivors buckling under distress. Abelard cuffs the crying officer without even moving. Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum. Ready the crew. Perhaps for the prepare for the translation to real space. Abelard pauses for a few seconds before turning to you. Edmant, you may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard words. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valancius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence. He directs your attention upward to the throne that sits at the apex of the tall staircase. I am ready. Begin the ritual. This is still the beginning. Oh. The image before you is hazy, swaying in sorcerous currents, invisible to mortal eyes, as if whatever is beneath this thin shell. The ritual! Yes. As if whatever is beneath this thin shell is constantly changing, while still remaining the same. It has taken on the guise of Theodora, but the false rogue trader's eyes reveal the entity's true surreal nature. One of Theodora's eyes is engulfed in otherworldly fire, the other a vessel of ancient evil, borns into you. A voice seeps directly into your brain without ever reaching your ears, and this voice booms with all the horrors of the war. You see my full picture isn't showing up. I'll have to fix that. Who are you to oppose destiny itself for the sake of lives that are not your own? So many threads stretch between you and other creatures of your world. Pitiful. Worthless links, ready to shatter at the slightest touch. A muddled, erratic, pointless tangle. It resonates and merges with the voices that you have already dug, that have already dug their foul roots into your consciousness. A moment later, you realize that all these voices are the myriad manifestations of the same call that has finally invaded you. You are to blame for Theodora's death. I am saving my people. Do your worst, but you cannot stop. Be gone, Vet. What do you want? I'm going with number 2. Theodora lets out a long screech, a shrill, overwhelming sound that can only be interpreted as laughter. Lead them, mortal. Guide them, persuade them, force them to walk your path. You will need followers for destiny that's preordained. Conrad Voigtvier, your head begins to spin and vicious drops slither down your cheeks. You blink and you are no longer looking at Theodora. It is a traitor Voigtvier, just as fluid and ephemeral as the previous operation. Same terrifying seeps from his lip. Can't speak. The aspirant vowed to return with a trophy, a relic that could serve the edge of date. That fate was assured and the steps chosen. Yet, you broke the unbreakable, took the aspirant's place. I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron World, I see you by my side on that day. The day of my resurrection. The image is scattered by invisible sorceress winds. You see Adira, her eyes aglow with the same sinister flame. Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave you a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to you. A cavalcade of hazy glimpses of the future yet unknown passes before your eyes. A flash of crimson, purple. The images replace one another in a violent kaleidoscope without ever letting you get a proper look at them. Through the rippling mirage, you see a twisted image of Avalon, the loyal seneschal of the dynasty. The path is set, child of dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of love. Nope. Master Helmsman Reveler turns around and looks up at you. Hesitates for a few moments. Addresses Abelard, standing next to you. Seneschal, the Navigator's Sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means... Abelard nods absent-mindedly. The Navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the Von Valanci's flagship. We'll honor his memory along with that of all who died this day. Ravor does not look away. He is giving you a hard stare, his white brows furrowed. Seneschal, will you tell us now? Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you, with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow, that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her... It is because of his toils that we all still live. The deed is done, Master. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
Ooh, this is new.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. Yet hope remained, for the second in line to the rogue trader dynasty survived, and through the strength of his resolve, saved those who were counting on him for protection.
Hold on. You completed the prologue. Yeah, the last few hours that I have been playing, last little while, from like 1 o'clock Boise time to now, 4:20. That was the prologue. Good lord. Yeah. Somebody clean the carpets! Deep shadows of weariness can be seen on Abaddon's face. Though the old officer's eyes are keen, they rake over you from head to toe. He frowns, mutters something, then nods to himself. Well then, your lordship. You cannot help but notice that the seneschal does not know how to talk to you or where to begin. His hesitation brings an involuntary smirk to your face, though someone else entirely is gloating at the old officer's confusion. Seeing your smile, Abelard pulls himself together. You must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will also be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior and middle-ranking officers. Some posts have had to be filled by the deputy's deputy, while others go unfulfilled entirely. Now the deck clans are deciding who will take over the leaderless crews. How did we come to lose so many officers? I mean, seriously, was I not a part of all that stuff? What is on the agenda for this meeting? Have you succeeded in tracking down Voitview? Wait, Abelard, there is an altogether more pressing problem. I do not wish to be the rogue traitor, or I am ready to start the briefing. Summon the officers. I'm going with number 2. What is on the agenda? Reports on the condition of the ship and crew. I am still receiving updates from across the ship, and they are not encouraging. Getting this bird to fly could take a gargantuan effort, even so far as you personally negotiating with the authorities of the system we are currently in. So prepare to hear a bevy of complaints and excuses, your lordship. Take this opportunity to get a good look at the officers who work 6 decks away from the bridge. They in turn will have the honor of beholding the visage of their lord captain. Have you succeeded in tracking down Voitview? Grits his teeth. No, Lord Captain. All the commotion in his trail went cold. Our people are still on the hunt for him. Any mutineers who may still be skulking the ships in many corners. But frankly, I would not be surprised to hear that we are now 1 shuttle short. I am afraid that it will be some time before he answers for all that he has wrought. I am ready to start the briefing. Summon the officers. The jester Abelard relays the orders to the adjutants at the far end of the magnificent chamber. Ugh. Is it obvious I've been streaming for a few hours? Ooh, we got the full crew. A dozen pairs of eyes bore into you, expressions revealing restraint, joy, curiosity, and wariness. Attention officers, ye have been granted an honor. Lord Captain Edmant von Valancias will personally conduct today's briefing. The most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear it. Yeah, words are hard. Words are very hard. Perhaps you would introduce those present, Abelard. Jan, I haven't the time to be listening to every last officer on this hulking rig. Abelard, give me a press. What are the major problems? And what needs to be done? Now, we're going with 1. We're being respectful. As you wish, your lordship. Abelard points to a tall, slender woman whose body seems to contain as many implants as it does flesh. Vigdis Suri, author of the Ptolemon line, our new Voxmaster. It is an honor to serve, your lordship. The Voxmaster offers a deep bow. Aboard this vessel you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I am responsible for receiving, processing, and sending all communications between you and them, as well as external sources. I am your eyes and your mouth, Lord Captain. Besides her is Revor, the Master Helmsman. He steers our ship along the course set by the Lord Captain and monitors the void around us to ensure that we do not stray into an asteroid field or pirate trap. A bearded man with pale, almost transparent skin, large dark circles under his eyes, and a dour expression that seems hardwired into his face gives a sullen nod. The way this man speaks, I probably should give him a good... Hail, Lord Captain! This here ship's as good as home to me, so rest assured she's in safe hands. I'll die before I let her come to any grief. Like the grief we just had. And lastly, our high factotum, Janrus Danrock, who oversees supplies, procurement, and the general material well-being of the ship. Dressed in an embroidered jacket, the heavy-set man with oiled hair offers an obsequious smile and bows. It is an honor, your lordship. You may trust me with all matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standard. In the second row, we have the 3 officers charged with overseeing the ship's vital functions. The Master of Ordnance is responsible for the artillery aboard, the Furnace Master, whose crew work to prevent and extinguish fires on the ship, and lastly, the Drive Master, servant of the Omnissiah. Think I didn't miss you back there? I saw you. The 3 officers salute you. The Infernus Master does so with confidence, while the Master of Ordnance betrays nervousness. The Drive Master offers a salute resembling a dance, involving the complicated manipulation of all the tech priests' mechadendrites, which are extra appendages that are prosthetic. That everyone. Thank you, Avalon. Greetings to you all. Unfortunately, our choir master, the esteemed Zachary Wise, head of the Astropath section, is unable to join us. He's in charge of communications with distant star systems. Master Wise has been in a trance for some time now, attempting to contact other planets in the Von Valancia's protectorate and inform them of Lady Theodora's passing and Conrad Whitebeard's treachery. I will deliver a report to your lordship on the Astropath's progress as soon as it is possible to do so. All other presents are adjutants, secretaries, and deputies. They are here to make a recording of the proceeding. I wish to hear the Infernus Master respond. Yes, Lord Captain, says Facile Nazi. The tall young man bows his head in deference. No portrait? I can report that all fires across all decks have now been extinguished. The preliminary damage assessment, in terms of material losses and crew casualties, had been completed. The results have been submitted to the Central and the High Factotum. The post passed to him after the previous Infernus Master and his next 3 deputies expired in the line of duty. Abelard remarks in a low voice pitched for your ears only. That is managing well so far. Take the heat, so to speak. Keep the puns coming, Abelard. I appreciate them. High Factotum, what have you to report? We are toiling day and night to compile a full account of the losses. The task will require next to no involvement from your lordship. I will personally ensure that all damaged components are given to the tech priest's hands for attention and that all lost supplies are replaced. There is only one resource that I cannot replenish single-handedly. That is people. We have lost more than 2,000 crew members, and unfortunately, this number is not confined to the scum from the lower decks, which are easily replaced, but also includes trained professionals. We will be able to make up for our losses on the nearest planet, Rykad Minoris. However, the planet, the whole system, belongs to the Winterscale Rogue Trader dynasty. We cannot simply begin recruiting on the planet without first coming to an understanding with the governor. In that respect, I am powerless. Negotiations at this level are a matter for the Rogue Trader. Yeah. Thousands dead yesterday. More like thousands dead like 2 hours ago. Especially true given Caligos Winterscale's penchant for attacking first and asking questions later, and the kind of thick-skulled thugs he usually installs as governors on his planet, rumbles Abelard frown. Drives Master, I will hear from you now. Zira Talar. A voice distorted by Vox Retranslator emerges from under the tech priest's scarlet hood.
Lord Captain, the foes that set upon this noble void ship destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits. Great war engines entrusted into my charge is unharmed. Thank the Omnissiah. But his spirit mourns its dead brethren. We have not yet identified a prayer protocol capable of assuaging its sorrow and anger.
For those of you that don't know, machine spirits are literally a spirit believed by the adherents of the cult Mechanicus to inhabit and control any technology in existence. Any cogitator, any bullet, any gun is held inside a machine spirit that has a will of its own. Or so the Omnissiah's followers say. With
great sorrow.
More or less, but without our engine steer prime and navigator, who fell. We try to set so much as a toe inside the warp. I don't know what will happen first. Our warp drive being torn to pieces, or all of us melting into the bulkheads. One of them was Navis Nobilite Station, an ancient organization of noble mutant. Ah, yes, Navis Nobilite. Yep. The station maintains complete Vox silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. To have located a navigator in the very same system is an incredible stroke of luck, a true blessing from the God Emperor. A sharp bolt of pain lances through your skull as if in response to what you just heard. You understand that it is not the God Emperor you should thank for such good fortune. The words of the demon that appeared before you during the translation to real space echo in your mind. I am the will of the Weaver of Destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the key. Damn it. Okay, I hate these. If I were you, I'd grab this chance with both hands, or else you'll soon be eyeing up asteroids to use your new residence. In slightly less shitty news, we could go round and round this system till our heads are swimming as long as the Promethean supplies last. If any thick-ass grok shit lowlifes come sniffing around, we'll be able to take them out. So don't you worry on that score. Master of Ordnance, do you have anything to report? The Master of Ordnance gives you a gloomy look. No, my job's simple. Maintain the arsenal on fire when I'm told. But I just ask anyone. Got no able crew. No, Lord Captain. Master of Ordnance, you forget yourself. So what? Comes the officer's hostile and bitter reply. It's as if a dam has burst inside and all his pent-up emotions are rushing out of him. The ship's in ruins! Every second officer's dead! And now we've got a green Lord Captain who's supposed to lead us to the void knows where! Now you see, if I was the Commissar class, my guy would just pick up my pistol and shoot him and go, next in line! Silence! The bridge's magnificent glass panes seem to tremble under the force of Abelard's roars. Enforcers, seize this mutineer! See? Abelard grunts. If only one officer out of the whole lot has fallen to pieces, that's not bad at all, your lordship. I do humbly apologize on behalf of the entire group. What would you have us do with the Master of Ordnance? The former Master of Ordnance, I should say. Besides, find a replacement that is, for we already have one lined up. I can go Iconoclast, stand down, release him. I have no intention of punishing a man for a moment of weakness. Not after the terrible attack we've endured. Dogmatic, execute him. Experienced Masters of Ordnance are few and far between, so for that reason he may remain his post. I leave his punishment at your discretion, Apple. Oh, come on. There we go. It appeared that my headset went off for just a moment. I'm getting a bunch of new supplies soon for streaming stuff, so hopefully it'll all be a little bit clear. But yes, this is a very tough crossroad. I don't want to appear weak in front of them, but I did show my I have no intention of punishing a man for a moment of weakness. Abelard stares unblinkingly at the Master of Ordnance. Cease your sniveling and disgrace yourself and your entire clan. Enough. The hysterics are over. Let us resume. Iconoclast +2. Ashardinate Talmo, the Master of Ordnance, stands up, wiping the blood from his broken nose. His face is the picture of shock. What just happened seems to be dawning on him only now, and the knowledge of the fate he so narrowly escaped. To summarize, we have sustained serious losses in crew members, and we require a new engine, seer prime, and navigator. Is this all that is preventing us from continuing the voyage? Precisely, Lord Captain. But bear in mind that this will not be the end of our trials. The ship's systems must be properly inspected for major damage, which can only be carried out at Footfall Station, home to only the dockyard in the section. But we will never reach Footfall without first resolving these 3 immediate problems. What can you tell me about the system in which we currently find ourselves? Thank you for all of your reports versus dismissed. Now I'm going to get as much information as I can. I see to the Voxmaster on this point. Mr. Stolleman? We are in the Rykad star system, and our voyage here was undertaken on the orders of your lordship's predecessor. There are 3 inhabited bodies in this system, and our attempts to send Vox messages have produced confounding results. The Navis Nobilite station has not simply failed to answer, it seems to be maintaining total Vox silence. However, we did receive a distress signal from the prison planetoid in the system, and Rykad Minoris itself is also not responding to our hails. But what is most alarming is that our augurs have intercepted signals from the surface that seem to indicate ongoing hostilities. Augurs are like sensors, like radar and such. Planet scanners, all that. The situation is not very encouraging, but without a navigator, a tech priest, and new crew members, we won't be able to travel anywhere. Therefore, we must go to the planet and the Navis Nobilite station and find out what in the void is going on. Thank you all for your reports. Dismissed. The assembled officers salute you as one. Call commission. I came across a strange handwritten letter. Yes, quite right. XC. Xavier Calcazar. Lady Theodora was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Heinrich von Kaulox, and interrogate you, you understand. All I know is that he is somewhere in this system, that we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires, and then deliver him to Footfall in the Furibundus system. Finding him without any more information to go on will be difficult indeed, but an Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in the system, either the Navis Nobilite or the Governor Rykad Minoris, may know something. That is all of it, your lordship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but it is a mere taste of the daily burden of the rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of the Van Valancius Protectorate. Abelard gives you another scrutinizing look, as if trying to gauge how long you will hold out under this mountain of problems. His face softens slightly. It seems he is about to offer some words of encouragement. Idira, Sister Argenta, explain yourselves. Sister of Battle grimly nods towards Idira. Oh, it seems that my stream went down. I need to keep paying attention to this. The Psyker is suffering some ailment, or dark madness. She insisted on seeing the rogue trader. I judged that it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. For a brief moment, Sister Argenta's voice sounds hesitant. I was also hoping to approach you with a personal request, but it can wait. Speak with me when you have time, Rogue. Idira's glazed eyes rove over those. Okay, so let me check. See. Changing. I have to fix. So, I think that was a good point, if, as any, to call it for the day. It has been a 4-hour-long session, and it's been a good time. I had a great chance to speak with all of you and see everybody. Yeah, it's a very fun game. I'm probably going to keep streaming it over the weekend and keep going with you guys. I've had a ton of fun doing this. I will see if I need to do anything with my session and if I need to go down with bits or anything or any of that. But I had a good time. Thank you all for joining me that joined today. I will, of course, be uploading this to Twitch, and when I get a chance, I will be uploading this to YouTube as well. My Toleron20 also has a Facebook. Feel free to check that out. I will be posting there about any schedule changes or anything that needs to be up. I do not have a Twitter. I don't plan on getting a Twitter. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. It's a great game so far. A 4-hour long prologue, so not bad at all. With only like 1 or 2 small breaks in that for me, it was very good. Yeah, Twitter is getting worse every single day. But anyways, I digress. Point is, I had a lot of fun. Thank you all for gathering around and listening to this storyteller drone on. And I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.